Hey guys, welcome to the video from the Football Herd. Hope you're doing wonderfully well. So in this video, I'll be talking about my team selection for game week 11 and how my team did in game week 10. We'll be also discussing some key player comparisons for game week 11. And last but not the least, I'll be discussing my captaincy option. So without dealing any further, let's get started. Let's start with the game week 10 talking points. The first point that comes to mind is Erling Haaland outscoring all the other favorite captaincy picks that we had, right? Although Watkins was a bit unlucky, he squandered a very wonderful couple of chances. He could have been on the score sheet for at least 2 goals, that I feel. But I myself captained Mohamed Salah, but we saw that Erling Haaland outscored all of them. So if you do not have Erling Haaland in your team, probably this is a very big warning sign to bring him in, right? And coming to the next point, that's Son and Mbeumo are completely unstoppable. I was one of them who dropped Mbeumo for this game week, and he punished me like anything. I brought in Mitoma instead of Mbeumo for this game week, and it completely backfired. Now I made this choice because he has a couple of games in game week 12 and 13. That's why I opted for the easy run of Brighton games and I brought in Mitoma. But if you're still holding on to Mbeumo, I'll definitely want him to play the next game as well. And Heung-min Son, oh my god, he is in some dream run. So in my opinion, I will definitely recommend that you pick Son if you have. And if you do not have Son, you can definitely opt for him. But if you have Maddison and probably you don't want to develop, then probably Maddison is fine for me. And then the next point is that Darwin Nunez is having that again second season flair. Now he has a very low ownership, and if you want to jump your rank to a considerable standpoint, then definitely he is the third striker or the second striker that I will recommend you guys to have, because Liverpool have a very wonderful run of games, and if you have Mohamed Salah, you don't have Mohamed Salah, it's not a matter of concern. You can independently have Nunez itself, because he is going to push your rank a lot because he is playing wonderful football, and I feel that he is prolific enough to be in your second or third striker after Erling Haaland, right? And now the last point is Arsenal Liverpool look really solid at the back, and if you do not have an Arsenal defender, I'll highly recommend that you have the likes of White or Saliba, and please not Gabriel, right? And also the likes of Tsimikas is playing quite well for Liverpool, but he is not rotation proof. So Trent is someone that I will recommend if you have the funds, and White and Trent for me. The first comparison that I would like to shed some light on is between Cole Palmer and Douglas Luiz. Now both of them do not have a very good run of games to speak about. That Palmer has Spurs and City in game week 11 and 12. Then they have Newcastle in 13. But after that, from game week 14, it's a bit easier for Palmer. Whereas Douglas Luiz has a couple of good games right now with Forest and Fulham. Then they have Spurs, Bournemouth, City and Arsenal. So if you tell me that the option that I will like to opt for, I'll definitely go for Douglas Luiz for the first 3 games, right? Then I'll switch to Cole Palmer. And I'm telling about this because even though the numbers of Douglas Luiz does not seem quite favorable, but he is getting a lot of points just because Villa is playing some wonderful football and he is on penalties. And so we are seeing that they're scoring a lot of goals, and he is getting at least 5-point, 10-point return every match itself. And given the price point that they both are at, I think it's a very good downgrade for a high-priced player that you might make, which will ease a lot of funds and make the likes of Darwin Nunez or Watkins a viable third striker for you if you lack a lot of funds. So in my opinion, these two players are very important to take into consideration. But then again, you need to also understand how the fixtures work, and start with, in my opinion, Douglas Luiz, and then switch to Cole Palmer from game 14. Now the next players that I would like to compare is between Darwin Nunez and Watkins. So in the graphic, it's clearly visible that Darwin Nunez has a lot of greater amount of XG, big chances, shots in the box, shots on target, and also overall shots, right? But when it comes to the overall points, Watkins is a lot more dominating over a Nunez. That's something that we have seen from Watkins, that he's converting a lot of low XG chances into goals, and he's also assisting the likes of Diaby and McGinn. So in my opinion, since Watkins is a highly owned, and if you already own someone like a Diaby or a Douglas Luiz, then I will highly recommend that you go for Darwin Nunez, because there's a lot of upside to Darwin Nunez. And since he's low owned and the fixtures of Liverpool look wonderfully well, like they have Luton, Brentford, City, Fulham, Sheffield and Palace. So in the coming six games, only the City game is a bit difficult. Other than that, all the other games are wonderfully easy, in my opinion. They're terribly easy. So it's a no-brainer in my opinion. If you do not have Darwin, I'm someone that I'll highly recommend you to bring him in. Having said that, we all know what Watkins will do, right? So if you can fit both of them in alongside Erling Haaland, that will be a wonderful trio, in my opinion. And in that case, you have to downgrade someone, or change someone, the likes of Alvarez or Wilson. So that is also there. But I think these two are very prolific strikers, and if you want a lot of rank gain, then I'll definitely recommend Darwin Nunez ahead of Watkins here. So in game week 10, my team fetched 69 points. In goal, Areola gave me 3 points. Then my defense could not give me any points apart from Matty Cash. He gave me 5 points. And the midfield, the likes of Mitoma and Bowen did not return with a couple of points. And the likes of Son, Diaby and Salah gave me 10, 13 and 16 points respectively. Salah had a quite decent game, though he could not convert a couple of chances, and also he was deprived of 1 assist. And similarly, Diaby had an amazing game and he gave 13 points. And amongst the strikers, Erling Haaland had a brilliant game with 16 points, and Alvarez a couple of points. And I missed out on Haaland being my captain. I captained Mohamed Salah, which costed me around 8 points net, that I would have fetched if I would have made Haaland my captain. So that was all about game week 10. Now let's look at how my team is faring in game week 11. In goal, I have opted for Areola, and Areola has a Brentford away fixture. So that looks like a difficult game for West Ham, even though I expect a lot of save points from Areola itself in this game week. And I also have Flecken in my bench. So probably I'll opt for Areola, because Flecken has a difficult fixture this time round. And in my defense, I have a back three of Gabriel, Trippier and Cash. Even though Gabriel is not a confirmed starter, but when I'm recording this video, Arsenal are 3-0 down against West Ham in an AFL fixture. So probably Arteta will definitely try to make things solid at the back. So probably I think Gabriel might start. So I'm just starting him ahead of Kabore, which if Gabriel does not play, then Kabore will come in his place. And then Trippier faces an Arsenal side, and Matty Cash has a Forest away game. So it looks like a difficult game for all the 2 players that I have, but Cash has a favorable game. So that comprises of the defense. Now let's go to the midfield. I have a midfield 5 of Son, Salah, Bowen, Mitoma and Diaby. All of them have very favorable fixtures in my opinion, and I'm expecting a haul from all of them except Heung-min Son, who has a Chelsea home game. Now Chelsea is again an easy fixture according to me, so that is also a good game, right? And Bowen also got on the score sheet against Arsenal in the AFL fixture, so I'm expecting that he'll be again putting on his scoring boots against Brentford in the away game. And amongst the forwards, I have a double up of Erling Haaland and Alvarez. They have a Bournemouth side who are shipping a lot of goals, and their expected goals conceded of Bournemouth are amongst the top 3 highest. So I expect goals galore. And having said that, My bench is same as I had kept in the previous game itself. It's a back three of Kabore, Mubama, and Bayer in my defense. Sorry, pardon, not my defense. In my bench. So to sum it up, I'm opting for Erling Haaland as my captain, since the Bournemouth home game is a very favorable game for Erling Haaland according to me, because he is in blistering form, and in also the Manchester derby we saw what Erling Haaland wreaked havoc. And even though Luton away for Salah is also a very good game in my opinion, but I'll stick to Haaland this time around because he is in very good touch, and I don't want to miss out on the haul. And the effective ownership is also a very important factor, which is compelling me to go with Haaland this time around. So that's it, guys. If you have liked my video, please drop a like and subscribe to my channel, and drop a comment if you have any questions below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.